Mike Utsler is the Chief Operating Officer of BP's Gulf Coast Restoration. He's giving one of BP's regular press conferences on the status of the cleanup, and we have been promised a few moments with him at the end.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Stephen Fry.
Mike Utsler.
Nice to meet you, Mike, and thanks for seeing us. I'm sorry about
Cawardine.
I had this sweat spill.
Not a problem. I understand how this works, believe me.
Yeah. It's very nice of you to talk to us anyway.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It seems that it was quite premature a few weeks ago to make the announcement that the vast majority of the oil has actually gone and disappeared. Would you agree that was a bit premature? We don't actually know whether the oil has gone or not.
You know, the science that has been put into estimating what the oil, how much oil was spilled and how much oil has been recovered is a continuation. It's an estimate, and it's a series of estimates that will become refined as science continues to be refined.
I mean, there's some recent research from, for example, the University of South Florida suggesting a lot of the crude oil has sunk right down to the depths where it's very difficult to detect it at all. How will we ever know how much oil is either very deep or actually settling down on the bottom?
Well, there's a massive research effort that's actually looking at the water column from the seafloor at beyond 5,000 feet all the way through to the surface. And
do we know what proportion of the oil is there then?
We don't at this point in time, but what we do know is it's rapidly biodegrading.
Sorry to interrupt, but the statement a few weeks ago did say that 3/4 of it had gone.
Right.
So, but we don't know that for sure.
We can estimate based upon that scientific data and that understanding as it continues to mature that the vast majority of this that wasn't captured mechanically, that wasn't evaporated and dispersed, was then spread into the water column. The plume is actually disappearing. The plume is being biodegraded, that there is a new form of microbiology that is attacking this plume and using it as a food source.
Just to bring it back to the...
Sorry, tight schedule here.
Okay.
You
Thank you.
I have another session.
Well, no, I realize we could go on forever, but it's very kind of you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I do understand you're one of the busiest men on the planet. That's probably true.
Thank you.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
There was so much I wanted to ask him. I was just exploding with frustration. And to finish it off, he's got the right answers. But, you know, the next question was, you know, OK, that's all very well. It's talking about clearing what you can see, but it's what you can't see. And one of the big questions is, what are they doing about the dispersant they use? But,
I mean, listen, let's be honest. This guy doesn't think of himself as a villain. He's desperately trying to do the right thing by his company, and therefore, and he knows that to do the right thing by his company, he's got to do the right thing by public opinion. The public opinion won't buy anything other than what is seen to be a massive investment and commitment. He knows that, and so I don't think he goes home and says, "Ha ha, I fooled the public."
No, I'm not. I don't think that at all. But it's a brilliant PR exercise, and what's actually below the surface, physically and metaphorically, is what really upsets me. Exploding.
When you say you can't believe it, did you seriously imagine any other outcome than this?
No, the good thing is that he did accept that statement that was made publicly and was in all the press just a couple of weeks ago, that 3/4 of the oil is gone, did at least say we don't know. That's not necessarily true.
No. It's more complicated than BP are simply dyed-in-the-wool villains who are trying to obscure what they're doing. It's more complicated than that they're just good guys doing a proper job.
I'm afraid
it's human-shaped. It's not, you know, it's not fiction-shaped. It's got all the messiness of a real crisis, and that's a mixture of incompetence, courage, failure, you know, stupidity, brilliance. All these things come together in the way that they always do with human beings.
But I still believe the oil companies are the villains to a large degree.